Hey, happy Wednesday. Crystal Ariel checking in here. I am over the halfway point of my challenge, and boy, challenge is definitely an appropriate word for it. I started it right before Thanksgiving, and over the Thanksgiving holiday, if you've watched all of my other videos, you'll know that I didn't really stick to it over the holidays, and definitely had some challenges there, and then kind of had a hard time getting back on track from it. And then I finally did get back on track and was doing really, really well. And then I got diagnosed with freaking celiac disease. I knew that I was gluten sensitive, gluten intolerant, whatever you want to call it, for the past at least 4 years, but we didn't know that I was actually celiac, so the doctor actually had to run a genetic test because I just kept getting worse and worse. My weight kept fluctuating wildly. It would go down a whole bunch, and then it would go up a whole bunch more, and we couldn't figure out because I wasn't really being inconsistent. I was still doing my challenge. I wasn't eating a ton. I wasn't eating candy or a lot of junk or anything like that, so we couldn't really figure out what was going on. So doctor did some tests and figured it out, and diagnosed me with full-blown celiac. So I have been struggling with that for the past couple of weeks, trying to get completely gluten-free. I've been doing really well on that. Doctor said that once I get gluten completely out of my system, my weight should start dropping a whole bunch because for the past several years my body has been basically living in a constant state of inflammation, which is, he said, or she said, is why I haven't been able to lose weight and keep it off when I really make a good effort. So I don't know. I don't know about any of that. All I know is I'm very frustrated. I'm frustrated with myself because I've been having such a hard time. I'm frustrated with doctors that, didn't know what was wrong with me and didn't know how to fix it. I'm frustrated that it took this long to figure out what part of the problem was. I'm frustrated because I don't think that's all of the problem. I think there's more to it than just that. The one really super amazingly awesome crazy good thing that has come out of this diagnosis is I finally broke my food addiction. I don't know why. I mean, I've been struggling with food addiction for so many years. And having this diagnosis forced me to cut out a lot of the foods that I've been eating all my life. I can't have white flour. I can't have, anything with wheat, barley, rye. So my food choices are very, very limited. I definitely have my shake because it's gluten-free. Gotta love it. I can't have the Nutri cookies because they do have gluten. So, that's not a huge deal. I can still have my shake, and that's really the core and what matters. But it's forced me to stop eating most of the things that I've eaten all my life. Things that I've been very, very addicted to. Cupcakes, for one. I was a huge cupcake addict. Huge. I haven't had a cupcake in a really long time. So that's a big deal for me. Bread, I loved bread and pasta and things like that. And so I haven't really been able to have any of that stuff. There's a lot of gluten-free options out there. I did find a gluten-free bread that I like, but I don't crave bread anymore. So it hasn't been a big loss for me. Like, I haven't just been sitting around going, oh my God, there's nothing I can eat. What am I going to do? I mean, I do that sometimes, but it's not all the time. And I don't feel sorry for myself, and I don't chow down on a ton of stuff with gluten and binge like I used to. If I would get depressed, I would just go and binge. Or if I would have one cookie or one cupcake before, I would say, oh, well, I screwed it up. I might as well just binge for the rest of the day and start over again. I haven't been doing that either. So I think it is safe to say, I hope, that my food addiction is broken. It's very exciting and freeing to think about that. It's very freeing. So you can tell I'm I'm happy about that part of it. And I'm still feeling very squirrely and very ADD, and I don't know where I was going with any of that. I think I started off this video with the intention of talking about my gallon a day of water that I'm supposed to be drinking, that I have not been drinking, that I just recommitted to drinking because water is so important to weight loss efforts and just your health in general. So that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was I have a friend who's trying to get me to commit to this, let's see, what's it called? A Rugged Maniac 5K obstacle course thingy, in Portland on June 1st. I did totally throw you to the wolves. I did. I'm getting messaged because I posted it on Facebook. Where was I? So, I'm considering it. I'm not an exerciser, guys. I don't exercise. I just don't do it. I try, and try is like a really bad word, right? Because there is no try, do or do not. Okay, Yoda, we all love Yoda, yes. I have tried on many occasions to start an exercise program, and I have failed miserably every single time. The only exercise that I can and have been consistent at is yoga and belly dance. Those are my things. I very much enjoy doing them, so I will do them. I don't have a problem sticking to something like that. The things that I absolutely hate doing, I whisper that because hate is a bad word in my house. It's not allowed to be said, but I will use it for this. I hate running. Mostly because it's extremely painful for me in a lot of areas. I've got the herniated discs, and they're still talking about doing back surgery and all that good stuff. So there's not a lot of exercises that I can do at this point. So I don't really know what to do there, but I don't know. I'm seriously considering doing this 5K Rugged Maniac thing, whatever it is, just because all my life I've always wanted to say I've done something like that. I've done a 5K, I've done a mud run, I've done a color run, whatever. I've always wanted to be able to say that I've done something like that. It might kill me, I might die, true story, but I really want to say that I've done it. I do. The closest thing I've ever done to something like that is the obstacle course when I was in boot camp for the Air Force. We did an obstacle course like that. I'm gonna just assume that it's probably very similar to a military boot camp like I completed back then. That was fun, but it was hard. And I will admit that even when I was in the Air Force and we had to run every single day, I cheated. I totally cheated. I did not run as many laps as I was supposed to run. And when we would go around and have to report how many laps that is, I totally said more laps than I had run because I could not run. I had to walk most of the time. It was just horrible. It was horrible. And I will admit it up front. That is how much I hate running. I lied to my boot camp instructor and said I had gone way more than I had. I totally did it. Sorry, I'm going to go to hell for lying. No, I'm not, because I'm forgiven. But anyway, that's how much I hate it. So my dilemma, guys, is can I commit to this? Can I start some kind of a program where I feel like I'm actually able to do it physically? Is there a way for me to get past all of the pain? Should I even start it with my back the way it is? I don't know. I need help. I need accountability. I need commitment. I need friends. I need people who have been in my situation to talk to me about this and let me know, have you had an injury that you've been able to work through and fix it through exercise of some sort? Have you had an injury and tried to work through it through exercise and made it worse? I need to know all of these things. So if you guys have any kind of advice or comments or tips or tricks or whatever, I'd love to hear them. And hopefully I will be able to figure out what the heck I'm going to do and if I'm going to do this crazy 5K maniac majig or if I'm just going to stick with yoga and belly dance and hula hoop because I love to hula hoop. You know, or if you have any other suggestions, I am totally open. All right. So that was a super long, crazy book of a video, but yeah, like I said, squirrely today. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. Give me your comments, your tips, your suggestions, and I will hopefully make a decision by the end of the week on what I am going to do. I'll let you guys know. Have a great Wednesday. Have a great week.